The Big Duster meetup wrapped up yesterday, but really that's not the truth. The honesty is that the Big Duster meetup wrapped up about 6 hours ago. I tell you what, these UFD people, they know how to party, and we did it all weekend long. I want to say a special thanks to everyone, in particular the Bean, who worked very hard to make this a massive success. And here's some proof. Look at this, guys. We made the paper, and we made the paper in a very big way. A nice big article from our friend Colleen at the St. Louis Post-Dispatch, even a picture. And thankfully, I was in the car. It was a real heater here in St. Louis. But the important thing was all of the UFD community coming together. I'm not going to read the whole article to you, but she basically covers, guys, what we are doing and what a special community this is with UFD. You guys are knocking it out of the park. And if everybody's correct, right, about community being the number one important aspect to the long-term vitality of any meme coin or cryptocurrency, I would say that UFD has it absolutely licked. Now, look, we've been going through a horrible period again in the crypto world. I just looked before I came on. Bitcoin is below $100,000. Solana hovering around 129, 128. When I created Unicorn Fart Dust, and I may have misspoke on this on a previous interview I did recently with the one and only Elizabeth Grace, right, our anchor woman for UFD, I believe that Solana was actually at $250, almost twice of where we are right now. So it's a challenging time, but the good thing about that, the silver lining that we're going to remember, guys, is that during these challenging times, that's when real communities are built. Any great organization, any great country, any great religion, any great anything, group that has achieved anything always faced major adversity. It's one of the key defining factors of anyone or any organization that's ever done something that's unbelievable. And what UFD is doing right now is absolutely unbelievable. Let's go check out there. Just to give you guys a little taste, because there were about 30 dusters who came from all over the country, everywhere to be here, but you were all with us in spirit. And we went to the racetrack. I'll show you some pictures of that in a little bit, but let's go just watch a few minutes of the interview, the report that our UFD anchor woman, the one and only Elizabeth Grace, put out. She's doing a bang up job.
Mobile, and it's the very first ever. Today we are here live in the ballpark village with the Unicorn Fart Dust Mobile, and it's the very first ever Duster meetup, and we are in St. Louis, Missouri. The Cardinals game is here. There are thousands of people here, and we're going to do some interviews, so come on over.
There's the car. She smoked.
Here's the car. It is farting dust. Apparently, the car can fart.
Oh, there we go. There's
Unicorn
the
Fart Dust. Apparently, it can
She's better than
actually
Savannah
produce
Guthrie.
different aromas. So we have
the dust.
Smells like cotton candy.
Yeah.
So, Ron, how's it going?
It's going
great. I won't make it
It's
listen
going
to me
great.
too much longer.
When did you pick up this vehicle?
It was delivered to my house on a semi-truck Sunday.
And how does it ride?
It rides wonderful. It's a great car. It's a little Honda Fit. It just kind of floats through the air.
There's
the
a
best way
fart
I
and
could
fog
describe it.
feature.
Are there any road trips that you're looking at going on with this when we reach
SpongeBob.
$1 billion?
$1 billion, yeah, I'll go all over the country, like I said, when we reach $1 billion. No doubt, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
And
go
what would
all
be your
over. I'll
number
go
one
everywhere.
destination?
I'll go wherever
New York
you are.
City is where I want to go first.
thinking,
Yeah, because I've never been to New York City, and we got a lot of people
All right,
in,
let's
but
go a little
for
forward.
value, absolutely. What is your microphone clipped on, by the way?
This is what's called a spatula. You use it in baking and making cupcakes.
I love it. Yeah, no.
You know, we're very resourceful here at UFD. We make the best of what we're given. And yeah, right. The markets might not be
I
at
farted.
their all-time highs right now. I think when we launched,
Yeah, I was wrong
Solana
here.
was at
If you asked me this question.
250 or something like that.
It was 208, I think, actually.
Oh, okay, it was a lot higher.
I think I was thinking of 108, but let's get another shot of her.
What I'm
Spatula.
seeing right now is that price action is kind of irrelevant. It's more about just building up the community.
Yep.
There we go. Look at that, huh? The one and only Elizabeth. That's going to be her trademark. the spatula microphone. And she's right. We are resourceful. Right. And what does that mean? What it means, some examples, right? The community made the car. The community got the sponsorship of the McLaren race car. The community created a weekly DJ show with DJ Litmus. The community got us on a NASCAR track Saturday morning, right? The Worldwide Technology Raceway, where they have NASCAR, IndyCar races. The community got us the Crunch Fitness advertising campaign. We are resourceful. We are organic, and that is our strength. That is our defining feature. We have been through so many challenges, so many little miniature tragedies, and you, the community, we, the community, are always willing to make it through. I mean, they throw everything at us. And I'm telling you guys, day by day by day, I had some conversations with some very smart people over the weekend, right? And when we put our heads together, what we realize is that what we're doing right now, what you are doing right now, what you are going to do today, if you choose as a duster to make that decision to do something, even if it's as easy as putting one extra post on X with the $ UFD cash, I think it's called a cash tag, it all adds up day by day by day by day. We wouldn't have been at the St. Louis Cardinals Stadium, Ballpark Village, with tens of thousands of people experiencing UFD. I'll let you know this. The person that runs our website told me that she got an email overnight saying that there's suspicious activity on your website for Unicorn Fart Test. And she like freaked out. And she's like, then I went and looked and I read, and it said there's an unusual amount of high traffic on the UFD website. And that's because that duster car, sorry, my nose is itching, that you just saw there, has the QR code on it. And people were going by and scanning it. As I've been driving the duster for the last week, I talked about this yesterday, so I'll touch on it briefly. It's like a big funnel. The general public loves UFD, loves the duster when they see it, when they hear about it. The general public. That's not us, right? We live in the crypto Twitter universe. We live in the crypto universe. I'm talking about your Grammy and your grandpa. I'm talking about your neighbor, right? When they learn about UFD, and now they learn how easy it is, by the way, to get UFD on channel sponsor MoonPay. MoonPay had an ad out over the weekend that got 300,000 views. Hats off to the MoonPay team. But nonetheless, you can buy UFD on MoonPay. People are like, how do I buy it? I used to say, oh, you need to set up a wallet and blah, blah. No, now you can buy it right on MoonPay. Okay. So anyway, thank you, MoonPay, for the sponsorship, right? Helping us, right, together be a bridge. I'm a bridge. You know, I'm a gold and silver maxi. That's what I did. I mean, I was into it for 20 years. I created a big YouTube channel over a 3-year period, right? We are the bridge between the non-crypto people, whatever age they may be, whether they're 18 or 88. And we've got people in our community who are 90, whatever, 93, I think is the oldest that I've heard. But we're a bridge between non-crypto people, but also the precious metals people. And I still love gold and silver, right? I love Unicorn Fart Dust. I hope you can tell that, huh? Right, dusters? But man, what we're doing is so fun. And so, all right, we went to the track. Let me show you a couple. So we went to the NASCAR racetrack and we filmed we'll call it a miniature movie, a wonderful story that you're going to see at some point in the future, featuring some of us dusters as actors, okay, where we were attempting to set a new world land speed record for a unicorn car. Did we do it? Well, of course, I'm not going to tell you. You're going to have to watch the movie. But guess what? The movie will be free. But here's a couple of pictures of that. And I had a couple special feature that helped during this process at the track. And hold on, did I forget? Nope, there we go. All right, here we go. Bye, Elizabeth, right? The Unicorn Fart Dust anchor woman. And I'm telling you, way better. Hold on, are we on the right screen? There we go. Okay, way, way, way better. I love Savannah, but now Elizabeth Grace has definitely taken the #1 spot. There's the duster on the track. I think I'm in there somewhere, but you'll have to watch the movie. There it is in front of the pits. We had to go into the garage area at first to make some minor adjustments, check tire pressure. And then I had these three in the background, these two miniature dusters, 3 miniature dusters. Woo! They weren't going to let me stop. I mean, they were like, pedal to the metal, Mr. Ron. But we had a great time. We also went all over St. Louis with a professional cameraman, very, very nice guy named John, who we took footage at some very unique locations. So be on the lookout for that. That'll be coming out. Then we had the Cabal dinner, the founders dinner last night at a restaurant called Rigazzi's here in St. Louis, an old Italian restaurant. The Cabal, right? It was the insiders dinner, right? Because we didn't do that before the coin was launched. We did it after, because we did everything different than what normally goes on in crypto. We did everything just like Bitcoin, basically, right? No expectations, no nothing. Under promise, over deliver, and the community took it over. So we called our dinner the Cabal dinner, the first annual Cabal dinner for Unicorn Fart Dust. It was awesome. Then we had the big DJ Litmus did a live dance party last night. Thousands of people joined in. I mean, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Here's a picture. I got a great picture I want to share with you. This guy's a character. Do you know him yet? I think these two both are destined for greatness. But this is Pacemaker on the right, the one and only Pacemaker. And on the left, here, this guy, let's circle his face. Look at him. That's Gino. Let me tell you, don't mess with Gino. I think he was an ex-professional baseball player. Super funny, super great guy, super duster. So is Pacemaker right here. But hold on. I got to point something out. So is Pacemaker right here. But on his shirt, as you can see, he's got a Gino shirt. Okay. So I'm getting ready to take the picture. And I said, hey, Gino, point to your shirt. And he pointed at his fancy pink flowered shirt. I said, not that shirt, Gino, the shirt that Pacemaker has on. And then I pointed out these things. He's got his nipples showing. And he's like, oh, yeah, there's different shirts with different nipples. Hopefully that's not too dirty for you guys. But I'm like, what? He's like, oh, yeah, there's different versions of the shirt. So check out. That totally looks like him. Gino is a great guy. I'm telling you, Gino is destined for greatness. So is Pacemaker. So is DJ Litmus. So much going on. Now, look, guys, there's a picture of me going around that we need to address. Going around the X, going around the whole internet. It's not the most flattering picture of me. So I want to do a little, I want to bring it up and show you what's going on. And I'm not too proud to have some fun made of me. No doubt about it, because that's what's going on. And let's pull this up. Let's say goodbye to Gino and Pacemaker. And we will go to this picture right now. Yeah. So this guy, Coolhurst, really knocked it out of the park on this one. He said, if your dad has a suit like this, ... you may have siblings you've never met. And I'm thinking, is that a compliment or an insult? I don't know which, but it's funny. Maybe both, all wrapped up into one. I don't know what happened there. Apparently, the camera malfunctioned and made me look a little large, but it gets even better. But let me just read this. I said, hey, that's a good one, Cool. You gave me a big 3-second smile, the big UFD. Dusters, horns up. Hey, we forgot. Horns up, Dusters. Horns up, okay? And one more quick question for you. And then we'll come back to this picture, because then Susie had something to say. You're not going to believe what Susie, huh? How did you get in my basement? Yeah, I'm glad you're here. Let's do a 3-second, a unicorn fart dust, 3-second smile. It feels good. We got to remember to smile. When I say go, smile, go. You can even giggle and talk while you're doing it. Okay. So anyway, I love that picture. I thought that was hilarious that he pointed that out. But then Susie sends me a text last night. I took a screenshot of it here. And she says, same picture as you can see. And she zoomed in and she said, Ronnie the Narwhale. So anyway, that's life. We're having some fun. A couple quick more things to touch on, guys. I had this conversation over the weekend, and I think we need to remember this. Like, why are we in digital assets? Are digital assets really valuable? Can something digital? Remember, when I used to call crypto unicorn fart dust. Poof. Oh, yeah. Let me grab my Bitcoins. Well, I would sit down here and do that. Are digital assets really valuable? And I had a conversation with a couple guys that are, let's say they have their doctorate level degrees that are in our community. I'll keep their names anonymous since I didn't ask their permission to share this conversation. However, they also have young kids. And I have 13-year-olds, right? And we were talking about how, in particular, the younger generation, the teenagers, right, that are going to soon be adults, right, the ones that will be changing the world here before we know it, how they have completely adopted digital assets. And you can look no further than the games they play, like Roblox. There's a game called Roblox, and this publicly traded, big company. It's all digital. They have a currency called Robux. And trust me, if you've got young kids, you know what I'm talking about. Your kids are begging you constantly, can I get some Robux? And it's kind of like what MoonPay does, right? With onboarding people from fiat into crypto. With Robux, you get to onboard your fiat into Robux, which is almost a form of crypto. And then the kids use it to buy these different outfits for their emoji, different pets and different games. And they totally, my daughter the other night, because she kind of stopped playing Roblox, she's like, I should sell my Roblox account because it has real value. The other one is Fortnite. You probably heard of Fortnite. I forget what they're called. V-Bucks, V like is it, Victor. And again, they want to buy things in the Fortnite world, different outfits, different weapons, whatever the case may be, different things that have value to them, that they can be like their friends, they can be part of that community. So that, to me, answers the question, do digital assets really have value? Does a community like UFD, do we have value? I'll explain to you why we do have value. The reasons why, the big reason why, is the community, is the sense of belonging that we all share, this real relationship, right? And think about this. Think no further than any time. Go ask a boomer or an almost boomer like me, or your grandma and grandpa. Ask an old person, because remember, when they say this, and it's true, when an old person dies, it's like an entire library burning down. Old people have lived their whole life. Ask any old person, and there's all these articles that are written about it by hospice nurses, that what people talk about is the most valuable thing in their life were the relationships. Okay. And I'm tearing up. That's what we have, right? That's what this community has. Not just the people that were at the meetup, but all of us. When I showed you that picture earlier of the duster on the track, there's like 40,000 seats in that grandstand. And there's like 40,000 roughly holders of UFD tokens. And when I was attempting, you'll have to find out if it worked or not, to set that new land speed record, all of us were there together. We're all connected together, guys. That's a big deal. So ask any old person, what's the most valuable thing in your life? Ask even somebody who's almost a boomer like me. They're going to talk about a person. They're going to talk about a relationship. And at the end of the day, everything's unicorn fart dust. That's just the way it works. We don't know anyway, I won't get into too deep on you, but it is real. It is real value, right? How does this have value, right? I know, trust me, I'm brainwashed. I believe paper money have value, right? What's this? This is just nothing. It's paper, right? It's printed. Most of it's not even printed anymore. Most of it's electronic. And guess what? They can make as much of this as they want. It's infinite. They can print this till the cows come home, till the unicorn explodes, however you want to look at it, right? But there's a thing called the two reasons why: the community, the relationships that we have, that creates value. The other thing that creates digital scarcity. Let me whisper it to you. Don't tell everybody, right? Because people are buying beans. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not giving financial advice. And please, no matter what you do, please always be responsible, right? Diversify, dollar cost average. Again, I'm not a financial planner, not a financial advisor. I'm telling you about UFD because I own it and I love it. I happen to be the developer, but you're in this as much as I am. Nonetheless, we've got that community, but we also have digital scarcity. Because guess what, Buttercup? There's only one unicorn fart dust. There has only ever been one unicorn fart dust, and there will only ever be one unicorn fart dust. There will be imitators, no doubt, and we are flattered by that. Ultimately, that brings more attention into UFD, into good attracts good, into that we are honest, that we have integrity, that we are here for prosperity. Okay, those are the reasons why we have value. All right, let's show a few more pictures here. DJ Litmus had some great pictures. Hold on here. Let me go back. I'm going to save this one for last. This is before the event started, and I'm going to share it right now with you. That was us at Ballpark Village at the St. Louis Cardinals baseball stadium. And I'm waiting for it to pull up. There we go. The duster looking good. And trust me, this was like noon. The game didn't start till 6. Tens of thousands of people came by and were fascinated with the duster, fascinated with unicorn fart dust. Oh, there I am. We'll skip that one. There, that one. What a classic picture, right? Two inflatable unicorns in the duster. All right, guys. Thank you. Okay. Thanks for everything. Thanks again. And in particular, thank you to the Bean who worked tirelessly to make this meetup possible. It was a crazy weekend. We didn't get home last night, Susie and I, until 3 a.m. And I got up at 6 a.m. this morning because I get up at 6 a.m. latest any morning. But it was a wonderful experience to meet the fellow UFD dusters. There is no other community in crypto doing this. Okay. Meme coins? I don't know. Tell me, am I wrong? But I'm going to say it until you prove me wrong. There's no other community doing this right now, right? Getting together every single day on a live stream, getting together in person for a first-class, world-class event, right? With a Major League Baseball team, with a NASCAR. Think about, whoa, it just hit me, right? We were in there at a Major League Baseball game. We were on a NASCAR track, and much thanks to the people at the Worldwide Technology Raceway, which is over the river in Illinois. I think maybe I don't know. Anyway, right over the river from the arch. Think about that. There's no other. Let that sink into your horn. That's a new one, right? That's the beauty of UFD. We keep showing up every day and we come up with new stuff. Let that sink into your horn. Let that penetrate your horn. Is your horn tingling? Right? Major League Baseball, NASCAR. What else did we do? Cabal dinner, DJ show. Now, I'm missing something for sure. But you remember, I'm an almost boomer. Nobody touches UFD, right? And the community continues. Do you feel it? I feel it. We got 400 people here on a Sunday morning to galvanize, come together. This is what happened to Bitcoin. I'll tell you the story. On Friday night, when we're sitting there right outside the St. Louis Cardinals baseball stadium, this older man comes and he's sitting down. And I went over and talked to him. He's like, what is that? Blah, blah, blah. And he's like, he said, I actually bought Bitcoin when it was like, I don't know, $110. Okay. His name's Jay. He's supposed to be having me on his podcast. We'll see what happens. I said, really? He said, yeah. He said, I also bought Amazon stock when it was really cheap. He says, as a matter of fact, I met Jeff Bezos like 18 years ago. I'm like, really? He said, yeah. Right. He said two things. And he said, you're like Bitcoin was back then, Ron. And I talked to him for like 15 minutes. He said, what you're doing, what's happening right now, and he saw the community, said, that's what Bitcoin was like 12 years ago, 11 years ago. I said, that's funny, Jay, because we call ourselves Baby Bitcoin. And let me tell you something right now, Dusters, okay? I have a dream, all right? And these dreams come true. I have a dream. I was at the Bitcoin conference just 3 weeks ago. They have a big exhibition hall where you can rent space. There was an F1 car in there. I believe that we can get the Duster into the exhibition hall at the Bitcoin conference next year, which will again be held in Las Vegas. And we can have our Duster in there and we can create and we are the baby Bitcoin. Much respect to Bitcoin. We aren't, obviously Bitcoin is king, but there's nothing stopping us from getting there. He also said, for what it's worth, and trust me, I say this with the highest degree of humility and maybe a touch of skepticism. He said, you remind me of Jeff Bezos when I met him, I don't know, 15, 18 years ago. He said, that's what your presence within this reminds me of that. I said, well, thank you. He said he was a normal, average guy when I met him back then. So anyway, have a great day. Keep up the good work. Horns up, Dusters. I'm glad you're in the basement with me. This is something special. This is something unique. This is something that never, ever, ever has happened before and will never happen again. And remember, right, the fact is this. There's only 999. Oh, I almost forgot. Hold on. I know why you're getting mad at me. I can feel it through the camera. Uh-oh. Hold on. I think Susie just got home. Hold on a second. Hold on. Oh, hi, sweetheart. Okay. I'm on a live stream. Sorry, my family just got home. What was I going to say? I had something. Oh, shoot. Now I forget. Oh, well. What was I going to say, guys? I had something really big to say. You want to sit here with me and watch me have a old man moment? Right? Yeah. Well, anyway, good attracts good. We know that. Horns up. Let's keep up the good work. Sorry, I got distracted because the family came home. You know how that goes. These live streams, we never know exactly what is going to happen. But this is special. This is unique. This is different. This is never. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now I remember. Now I know you were mad at me. I'm sorry. I apologize. I kept you hanging all this time, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it right now because there's only. Yeah, we had this at the meetup, by the way. There's only 999 million beans, period. So this is us. This is our entire availability of unicorn fart dust beans. Dusters and we have footage of this too, at the meetup, everybody put one in and then they got one of these. These are awesome, by the way. Let me show you these real quickly. I'll show you one more time. These are our UFD coins that UFD Corral, and I believe it was Gotcha Ghost, helped with this. So thank you. But oh man, look at this. It is so cool. It is so cool. I mean, and these things are heavy unicorn fart dust, and there we go. That's the commemorative coin. Let you look at it from all angles. And when everybody at the meetup put a bean in the jug, okay, and they got their coin. But the reality is, this is it. Think of this jug, right? That's it. That's all the UFD. There's only so much room in here, right? Each one of those beans represents a duster, a diamond hoof duster. There's only so much room in here. That also makes us special and unique because you know what? Dogecoin, the biggest meme coin, they can make, as far as I understand, as many coins as they want. We have a limited amount. We are growing. And that was, I don't know if I finished my thought earlier when I talked to these smart guys, like what we're doing day by day, by day, by day, by day. Grit, determination, discipline, right? Passion, our connection, our shared sense of cause fills this up. This cannot get any bigger. This is all of UFD, period. Does that make sense? And right there, that's it, baby. And when we get up here, when these beans, day by day, it moves up and up and up. I think when we over the weekend and one day, I don't know, we got like hundreds of more dusters that joined us. Eventually, we're going to get a bean shortage. And then a beanopoly. And you guys like this term, the $1 billion beanopoly. the $1 billion beanopoly. And it absolutely, right? It can happen. Look, again, not financial advice. I'm not a financial planner. I'm just your friendly neighborhood basement dude who created a meme coin when he's almost 55 years old, right? And has become something absolutely special. Oh, man, I keep forgetting. I was all over the place today. One last thing. Think of the funnel. Think of a big funnel, right? Coming down. Oh, here. Oh, this is great. Hold on. Think of a big funnel coming in right here, right? A big funnel. On the outside is the general public who loves UFD, loves the duster, but loves UFD. Next, we got the press. Need I give you some, for those of you who joined late, at the beginning of this live stream, we covered the fact that the St. Louis Post-Dispatch did a very large story, again, about unicorn fart dust. That will get seen all over the country, okay? All right? So then you have the press, right? Then you have the community. Did I tell you we got the best community in crypto? We do. We do. Who else is doing this, what we've done? I won't go through the list. And then that funnel, right? So it starts way out here with everything I mentioned, the general public, the press, the community, this last little part right here, right? Where the beans go in. That's you. You're special. You're unique, right? But you're part of the community. There's no community without you. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Buttercup dusters and diamond hoof dusters. And if you don't know what a buttercup is someone who's yet to buy their first unicorn fart dust bean. And they probably don't know what a bean is. We call our coins beans. But you make it. You are special. You have more potential. Don't be an elephant tethered by a thread. Okay? Supposedly, like, you can take a piece of yarn and tie it around an elephant's neck and tie it to a post, and the elephant won't let the thread break. You can, like, keep them there, right? Because they don't realize their potential, their power. We don't want to be elephants, right? Tethered by a thread, tied up with a piece of yarn. You've got real potential. Somebody I was talking to, and I'll let them remain anonymous this weekend, I said, what you've done is incredible for UFD. Okay. And you know what he said? I took it as a big compliment. He said, Ron, he said, that's because you encouraged us. You encouraged me, right? To try. Elizabeth Grace likes to say, right? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And look what she's doing she's the new UFD anchor woman. She's more popular than Savannah Guthrie, who used to be my favorite anchor woman. Okay. You can do it. You are special. You are unique. Have a good day. Be good to yourself. And in turn, you'll be able to be good to other people. We love you. Take care. See you soon. Let's go, UFD.